This is the Voice of America, Washington, D.C., signing on.
All they have is just...
The station with the best. In your face, all over the place.
She looks like every other bitch.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
To say another day. Swag, swag. Blood of my brother fills over solid land. Oh, it is covering choice between you or me. Oh, it is covering choice between you or me. Live in this so-called land of the free. Extend a hand to a stranger for salvation's sake. A promised land unified will regret we made. They spoke of freedom, then they sold it. Crawling dead to resist our submission. Hanging out to dry. Just another voice swing. You're made of life to say another day. Swing, swing. Blood of my mother spells off in solid land.
This is a fictional story of a race that never meant anything more than the 1%. Are you the righteous one? My loved ones apart. I see that black eye. That puts your filthy heart.
Drown in time, doctrine. Cold sweat, grits across my brow. Losing rhythm inside my chest. Kill the Indian. Save the man. Suck the marrow from my bones. And watch my body decompose. Keep it sacred. Kill the snake. Swing, swing. With their backs against the wall. Swing, swing. Nowhere left to run it out. Swing, swing. I invite you to swing, swing, swing.
Hey, it's that dude Trip. Welcome to 2024 and the new season of the Subverted Radio Show! The Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. That was Snakes by the local favorite Bound By. We're gonna go and take a minute or two to talk about some upcoming shows here in Houston. On January 27th at White Oak, we have Local Mania featuring Soulway, Blight, Long Live the Lights, Rise Stream and Grave, and many more. The day after that, again at White Oak, there will be Gorod featuring a local favorite, the Civilian Triangle. February 11th at Scout Bar will be Of Sulfur with many other bands. February 17th, again at White Oak, will be Lit Frank and Ernie Wayne featuring Plague Beast. And on March 8th, we have Gulf Coast Deathfest 3 at Pub 529. Make sure you go ahead and check those out, y'all, whenever you can. It would be much appreciated. But we're going to go ahead and get right back into the music. And this next song is called Passengers by Victera. Welcome back to the show, y'all. Again, that was Passengers by Victera. Yo, welcome to the rant portion of the show. This is usually just where we sit back, have a talk, just rant about whatever we want to, alright? And a lot of the times, usually when people rant, they want to be pretty negative about certain things, but we're going to try to keep it as positive as we can here, alright? And the one thing that we definitely want to go ahead and talk about today is that a lot of people, when they come up and ask about what the programming is and what kind of music is on this show or anything of that kind of nature, the big thing that we always tell them is that we really, really, really do try our best to have as much musical diversity as we possibly can, all right? Like, ironically on this show, yeah, it may be a lot of harder, heavier kind of music and everything like that, but then of course, come back next week, we may have some pop artists, we may have a dubstep remix, may have some, new country stuff that we're trying to get out here, all right? The one biggest thing that we love to do here is that we try our best to be as diverse as possible. The biggest thing we don't want to do is limit ourselves, all right? And honestly, y'all, that is something that can be very much translated into real life as well. That's something that everyone should honestly strive to do, is to try to not limit themselves to only one particular thing, one particular area, one particular style of music, whatever it may be. That's why it's always fun hearing people who say, yeah, I play an instrument, and it's always the same question, hey, cool, what kind? It's well, it's always fun to hear people say, well, cool, I know guitar, piano, this, all right? And then same thing, when you learn about what people do for their work, maybe there's teachers, doctors, nurses, even somebody who may just work in fast food at the moment, whatever it may be. But the one thing you never want to do is just limit and say that's just all you are, because again, even though just on this show itself we try to have as much musical diversity as we possibly can, the thing is that we also don't want to limit ourselves to only being diverse in one thing, ironically. It's like saying, cool, I don't have limits on my music, but I have limits in life. How are you going to make that make sense? The thing is that, yeah, everyone here, especially if you're listening, all right, if you are doing a similar thing that we're doing, if you're in a band, if you do music or do anything at all that pertains to music or art or anything of that kind of nature, a big thing is to try to be as limitless as you possibly can. And ironically, I've seen so many people that are very limitless and very diverse when it comes to music and art and whatever it may be, but then all of a sudden, you see them outside and it's wait a minute, you're limitless here, but you're limiting yourself over here. And it's something maybe something's going on. We don't want to judge anybody who is, but that's just definitely something that everyone should strive to be doing. Because every single time you talk about, diversity and being limitless and this one thing over here, well, that's the thing. You need to try to be limitless and as diverse as you possibly can in everything as you possibly can. I mean, one thing that I started noticing was some of my students that I actually have, it's okay, cool, they're on this particular athletic team, yet they're also in band, and they also enjoy having art class. So it's one of those things where it's cool, I'm going to be here and here. The one cool thing about, having Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner is that there's never just one thing on the table. It's yeah, if it's Thanksgiving, cool, there's turkey on the table, but there's so much other food that is usually there. Right? And the thing is usually when you're cooking up yourself a plate, you're not putting one thing on there. You're not putting only protein. You're not putting only just size. It's cool, let me have a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of this. And ironically, that's how music works, right? And that's how art works. That's how basically anything works. So that's why it's fun being on this kind of show and be cool, let's play whatever we want to play. If it's good, we'll put it. And half the time, maybe if it's not even our flavor, it's still something that cool. Maybe other people can enjoy it. Maybe it's something that we still need to work on not limiting ourselves, maybe. But we always try to do our best to be as diverse and limitless as possible when it comes to playing this stuff. And another thing why we end up doing that here is because we want other people to be as diverse as they possibly can. Maybe the first song on today's show, everyone listened to it and they weren't big fans of it. But hopefully when they come back maybe 3 minutes after, talking or anything of that kind of nature here, then the next song, they're oh, wait, this actually seems pretty good. Let me just keep going. Keep moving forward. All right, let's see what else is on here. Let's see what else. Cool, maybe there's one song you liked and then you stuck around and didn't like it as much, but Yet for some reason you're like, okay, I didn't like it, but you know, since I did stay, I might as well finish the song. And by the end of it, you actually are like, wait a minute, let me go listen to that again. When it comes to how we do things here, again, we try to actually have as much diversity and limitlessness as we possibly can. And that's just one thing that we actually hope goes into like every single person's life. Because again, you could be so good over here, but maybe you're not so good over here. But you know, at least if you start trying the different things and like so on and so forth, then you start seeing like how good everything else is out there. Because there still might be the one person who may be listening to this now saying like, cool, like I love country, pop, rap, this, rock, and so on. But for some reason, maybe they're not like a hardcore punk fan, but yet they're listening to all these other songs, and then one song comes up that may be like hardcore in some way, and then they're like, wait a minute, now I'm actually a fan because this one band was shown by these people. And that works with anything. You know, it can work with like, say like, you know, cool, maybe you actually aren't as big a fan of us, but maybe since you heard something, now you're actually going to go ahead and explore other podcasts or other radio shows or other forms of music or other forms of even artistry. So ironically, it's like, don't try to limit yourself when it comes to music or art. And obviously, like, you know, if you're going to be limitless in one thing, why not be limitless in everything else, right? Like, yeah, you can enjoy all the music, but if you're limiting yourself in anything else beyond music, then it's like at that point you're not being limitless. You have to be diverse in everything. You have to be diverse in everything beyond just music or art or books or whatever it may be, right? Because if you're limiting yourself on anything else, then at that point, like, you know, you may not actually be as diverse in maybe music or art as you thought. So that's one small thing that we try to do here, but that's something that everyone should carry on within life, within whatever they do. We really hope you loved today's show. Welcome to 2024. Hope everyone's safe. Hope you're doing okay. But we're going to go ahead and end it with one last song. And this last song is called The Cycle by Final Confession. Stay safe.